Yeah, 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 yeah. Just giving thanks, for just the ability to do these videos, for the ability to share in the divine love, divine law, and to, if I can, extend it out more majestically, if possible, into the lives of others. And if possible, for others to reciprocate such divine love in such true nature. It's not all just a pretty wordplay, but the parable of life suggests that it needs to be unraveled, the mystery thereof. For the fulfillment is that you go past what is so obviously a deception and see the true nature of what is within. And that is the way in which life actualizes itself. So remember, don't be taken aback when people show things of themselves to you. Because really and truly, it is just them expressing who they are in their consciousness. And we might judge them and say, well, they had negative intent and maybe they're good. But the essence of it is, unless they have gone through that to come to learn the values of their negative intentions and see the worth thereof, or the hurts and the pains thereof, then they will not be truly in the process to say, I can alter my behavior, or I can change my attitudes. Because really and truly, if you ask me, they will be squarely firmly in the attitude to think that, everything is just what it is and they can do what they feel and get away with it. So if you try to save people from their own calamities, their own little moments of learning, you would have done them a greater injustice, and even yourself a great injustice. The spirit of memory, of reclamation, is strong within us. So we remember some mistakes we've made in the past, and we want to warn our fellow human beings, and warn them we have. We consistently do that. But you know what happens? Until the experience becomes real, he who feels it knows it. Until we can see truly that our actions hurt others and that hurt returns to us, then we can truly know that our actions will aid others and those actions can truly return to us. So, as we go through the many things of this life, I just always want to remember that it is possible to change bad behaviors into good behaviors. You don't have to let them holistically become your way of life and then say, well, I can't do anything about it. It's just the way I am. Because when you say stuff like that, really and truly, you're basically supporting that kind of a shallowness of thinking. Alright? But I say, give people a chance to come to their own understanding and to be able to see, that that wasn't the best way to have acted, lived, or even to have thought about something. But if you're trying to show them that that's not the right way, that's based upon your experience. Something taught you that. And if you're just doing it based upon a moral argument, then you truly have not learned the value of it either. Because you would have to have been in a situation to test such premise and actualize it as an actual behavior, or actual event, or an activity. So people can talk good about morality and say, well, I'm a good person and this and that. But is goodness tested by our awareness of what is good? Or is it by expressing that goodness as the experience of life? And I'm sure it's the latter, not the former. So, as I look at myself and look at others, I know that, hey, Jerome, this is about learning, growing, and then living on what you've learned and grown to understand. It's not like I'm going to just say, oh, I learned something, and then I discard it. What was the sense of learning it? So then, is knowledge for a reason? So then if you're educating yourself and saying, okay, I'm educating myself to learn to operate a machinery at a certain level of efficiency, is that the real purpose of learning? Isn't it really to make yourself more an efficient person in the expression of your life? So that whatever mechanisms you choose to, attach your pursuits to, you can fulfill them, right? That you can see truthfully that, hey, I can, in fact, actualize my highest ambition, my highest ideals, right? So, the more I look into things, I see that, we got some things that we are growing in, and levels of awakening on the path of life. Some of us have been through some stuff, makes us a little bit hurt, so we can help those who have been hurt. Others of us, I'm not necessarily have been hurt like that, but we've been through other experiences that causes us to save others from being hurt. But at the same time, I say present, but understand that there's still going to be some of us who are going to hurt to learn and learn to hurt. So it's just the way it is, and the cycles thereof says, unravel the parable. Go into all these hidden statements and see what it means. See why some people get it and you didn't. See why they got A's and you got a C minus. They ain't smarter, but they figured out something a little bit more cleverly than you did actually. And so just, unraveling the poetic nature of life, going into the little subtleties of, how we present information and say, this is what it is, that what we get to see something. We say, what is happening here? There is a message, they call it the theme, right? Or the implication of the presentation of information. Find the implication. When somebody's saying something, why are they really saying it, right? Is it to gloat about themselves? Is it to say, hey, I'm so great? Or is it to really carry across a message that 5 years from now, you're happy that you listened to this little Outtakes Jamaica. You're happy that even within a seamless little rambling, there is actually some clarity. That there's something there, right? That the elusive energy is right there, but you got to unravel. And that unraveling is an internal searching. And I would say examining and giving yourself pass mark and fail in your own life experiences. When you're not living up to your true ambitions and your true ideals. Because definitely you know what they are, and they're not just self-serving per se, or just materialistic. They are far more deeper and have greater value. And you let them go because many times, again, you couldn't read the parables. You couldn't see the little tricks within the tricks. You couldn't see how to break out of the shell and live from the kernel. But there are moments like these. There are others that would always spark that. Because we know you can't have the gifts thereof until you master the self. So we could do 10 million videos. I don't know if others say this. I don't care if they do. I don't care if we could do 10 million videos. It would be of no good if you do not learn to actualize at least some of the principles we talk about that Christ has obviously shown us, and so much great thinkers have obviously shown us, right? So if we are able to then connect to that absolute truth, brothers and sisters, just imagine unraveling the parables of life, seeing the real kernel of existence, and living from it. Alas, we might have life abundant. Let's think about that for a moment. Yeah, life abundant. Sounds like utopian dream. To me, it sounds like reality. To me, it sounds like what I see every day in the plant kingdom, in the animal kingdom. I see abundance. I see absolute bliss and goodness. I see pain when our philosophies enter into, how we stratify the animal population, how we stratify our own human population. So I see a lot of argument for the way of thinking that goes beyond the attitudes we are currently holding, to really unravel, to find out how to get the devil out of those details and get God in those details. And so the parables of life, unraveling the poetry of life, won't be this deep, uncanny mystery. It will be something that you understand, like fitting the puzzle pieces together to see the whole picture of existence. That's what it's all about. One, think upon your abundance. Go and think upon your abundance. Spot one. Continue to think on your abundant nature. Until next, we'll pop up again on one of these Outtakes Jamaica. Go and check out the river. Go and check out the river. The river good. The river good. Isn't the river great? I mean, be honest. I mean, it's a body of water, but isn't it great? When you think about come out to the human ego, isn't it awesome? Have you ever seen such artwork as you see in the river valleys? I've been in other places. Believe me, it's one of the greatest, most original artwork in the river valleys. So the rivers are beautiful, not just because I want to sound fancy. Enough for me. Some rivers